just want you right now to understand that happiness is still an option. I want you to understand that your best life is still an option. And I don't care what you're going through, what you went through. And I don't mean I don't care as if like I'm insensitive to it, but I do know there's more power in you. I do know you're built for it. I do know that there's more to your life than what you're currently settling for. And I want you to understand that. And I know you hear that, but I really need you to believe it, man. And it's very important because a life without faith is nothing, y'all. And I just want to tell y'all that, like, you can hear things, you can read things, but you got to have faith. You have to believe that there's something more for your life. You have to believe better is coming. You have to believe your breakthrough is near. Like, you have to believe this is your season. Even if it doesn't look like it externally, even if you can't find external validation, you got to believe that this is my season. Matter of fact, in the chat right now, I want you to write, this is my season, in all caps with exclamation marks behind it. And I need you to believe it. Like, you have to claim it. When I was in my hardest seasons, I still told myself, this is my season. This is my season for growth. This is my season for change. This is my season for the healing. This is my season for my breakthrough. You have to believe that, because if you don't believe it, if you don't feed your mind that, it will not grow in your soul. If it doesn't grow in your soul, you're not going to operate in your faith. You're going to operate in fear. You have to feed your mind. What you feed your mind will grow in your soul. The biggest battle you will ever face is right here. That's why I say renew your mind every single day, right? Control your perspective every single day. I know life wants to give you excuses. I know life wants to make you think that there's no better days. I know life wants to make you think, man, God doesn't love me. I know life wants to make you think you have no worth. I get it. That's life's job, right? Life's job is to keep you in autopilot. Life's job is to keep you from the greatest you. But I want you to understand right now, and I want you to tell yourself, I am power. I am free. I am healed. Tell yourself these things. And people say, oh, that's too positive. What's the alternative? To be negative? What you feed your mind will grow in your soul. So I want to just tell y'all that, and I want you to move on from 3 things today, okay? Number 1, we're not going to be in here long because I got to go. Number 1, I need you to move on from the things that don't serve your life. Period. We cannot play around no more. You can't have another year of keeping yourself in things. And I'm not just talking about people and relationships. I'm talking about anything that doesn't serve your life. Anything that doesn't serve your best self. If I'm you right now, I'm writing down a list. What does my best self look like? And most people don't even know when I ask them that question. So if you don't know what your best self looks like, you're just living life. You're just living life unintentional. And if you want to make change, you have to be intentional. The reason I say this is because nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to wake you up at 5 a.m. and make you go to the gym. Nobody's going to make you eat the right foods. Nobody's going to make you take care of your body. Nobody's going to make you pray. Nobody's going to make you do anything. That's what you have to live an intentional life. You have to get serious about your life. And so what does your best life look like? You can write in the chat one thing. What does your best life look like? And you want to take a Trent term. What does the greatest you look like? What does it look like? Because you have to move on from the things that don't serve your life. And listen, we're not going to be perfect. I have things in my life that don't serve my life at times. I do things in my life that don't serve my life at times. But the goal is, the standard is to lessen those things as you move forward with your life. And the more you don't do those things, the less you do things that don't serve your life, you'll realize like you feel better. You'll realize you have more energy. You'll realize like, man, I'm not going to be around this environment no more because I feel better when I'm around it. When I'm not around, man, you know what? I'm not going to eat these certain foods no more because I feel better when I don't do it. You know what? I'm going to move my body every single day because it changes my mood. So number 1, you have to move on from the things that don't serve your life. And I'll even put people too. Environment, situations, like you will never be able to heal your life staying in a situation, environment that's causing pain to your life. And I know that's common sense, but I want to say that and make it so common and so duh that you realize, man, you cannot change anything. When people get in my inbox, say, Trent, I want to change my life, but I want to stay in the things that's creating me. I want to stay in the things that's the reason why I want to change. Trent, I want to heal my life, but I want to stay in the things that's hurting my life. Trent, I want to experience more power in my life, but I want to stay in the things that are causing more pain to my life. You have to remove yourself from the things that don't serve your life. That's number 1. If you can't move on from those things, you will live a life that you don't deserve. You will live a life of the lesser version of yourself. You will live a life that you weren't created to live. I promise you that. That is guaranteed. I can't guarantee you that your future has better. I can't guarantee you that your breakthrough is near. I believe it, but I can't guarantee you that next year will be different. But I can guarantee you, if you stay in the same situations you're complaining about, if you stay in the same environment that's toxic, I can guarantee you that you will experience the same life. That's what I can guarantee you. Okay, so number 1, move on from the things that don't serve your life. Number 2, move on from the things / people that don't want the best for your life. Okay? Please Put yourself in environments. You might say, how? You have to search for it. You have to work for it. It's not easy. Maybe this is an environment that you come around. You got to get around people that inspire you, y'all. You got to get around people that challenge you. You got to get around people that hold you accountable. And I know a lot of us don't want to hear that word, but if you ain't got friends and people in your circle that don't want the best you, then those people don't need to be around you. Please write that quote down. If you don't have people in your circle in your life that don't want the best you, if they watch you destruct your life and don't say nothing, they don't want the best you. If they never pulled you to the side, say, I believe in you, they don't want the best you. And listen, it's not going to be a lot of people. It might be one. It might be two. It might be 20. You might get lucky. But I'm going to tell you right now, what you surround your life around will influence your life. So you got to get around people. I'm telling you, you got to get around people that want the best for your life. It is contagious. You know how good it feels when you get a text message and somebody says, man, how are you doing? Look at your phone. Do you have people in your life that check up on you? When's the last time somebody asked you how you doing? When's the last time somebody asked you, what's your goals for this year? What's the last time somebody asked you any question that helps you better your life? And if you don't have that, you got to get around better people. Because if you don't get around better people, I promise you, just like I told you before, I guarantee you, your life will not change. Put yourself in better environments, even if it's a sacrifice. Listen, I'm not a people person, despite what you may think. It is hard for me to get around new people, build new relationships, but I know in order to go to new levels, I need new relationships at times. Authentic, real relationships, not these fake, phony relationships just to take my life to the next level, but something real, something solid. And when I got around people who wanted the best for their life, it became contagious. Look around your circle. Look around your life. Do the people in your life even want the best for them? Because if they don't want the best for themselves, they for sure ain't going to know how to tell you how to get your best life. And a lot of us, well, that's my friends, or this is my history, this is my family. If that wants to be your excuse for the rest of your life and why you didn't go live your best life, so be it. That's on you. That's a you decision. But I refuse to settle for less, to live in suffering for intibati. Intibati. I refuse to live in suffering and settling for anybody, family, friends, etc. I want to go meet the greatest version of myself. And when you have people around you that want the best life for themselves, it becomes contagious. We have an environment of camaraderie, as we call it in sports. It becomes contagious. So look at your garden. Do you have a garden of beautiful people that want to see growth in everybody? Or do you have weeds? Do you have people that every time you grow, they make you feel like there's something wrong with you? Never show up to support you. So number 2, you have to move on from the people, man, that don't want to see the best you. Okay? And number 3, this is a you thing. And some of us don't want to hear this. We don't want to feel this on this Sunday morning. But I'm going to tell you this. This is where usually people drop off. Y'all love when I talk about other people. Y'all love when I point the finger, said everybody else's fault, get away from these people. Y'all love that because it makes you feel like you're not at where you want to be because of other people. But the truth is, which is number 3, you have to move on from all the damn excuses in your life. Excuse my French. You have to move on from all the excuses in your life. Okay? You have to move on from your sad story. And this is where I lose people at. You got to move on from your sad story. Listen, I'm not going to say nobody cares because somebody cares. I care. But I want to just put this in a real term for you. Like, so you really understand this. Nobody cares about your sad story. Especially after you told it for the last 5 years. I'm just keeping it real with you. My biggest fear was to live in my sad story for the rest of my life. Oh, man, the NFL cut me. Grandkids, the NFL cut me. That's why, I didn't want to do that, man. I said, you know what? I'm going to create a new life. I'm going to create a better life. Yes, this chapter is closed. All that means that I have the chance to start a new beginning. But some of us, we so stuck in our sad story. We so stuck in excuses. We blaming our past. You got to move on from blame and complain, y'all. You got to move on from blaming that person for your past. I understand when things are really hard. I get it. It's some that's really deep. Don't take it out of context. But at the end of the day, you have to move on from that. Right? They did it to you or it happened to you and it sucks. It's not fair. And it's making your life terribly hard. I understand that. But don't you forget that you're more than that situation. Don't you forget that you built for more. Don't you forget that there's more to your life. Don't you forget that situation happened to you, but that situation is not you. Don't you forget that. Because I don't want you to live the next 10 years talking about what somebody did to you for the last decade, what somebody did to you 20 years ago. I know it happened and it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to say, you know what? I'm still going to go live my best life. Yep, that person tried to take me out. That situation tried to knock me down. I'm still going to go live my best life. The things that were sent to break me, I'm going to allow those things to build me. Y'all said it in the chat right now. The things that were sent to break me. Yeah, that person tried to break me with their words. That person tried to break me with that setup. That person tried to break me with those rumors. This world tried to break me with all these situations and storms. But know what? No, I'm going to allow this thing to build me. I'm going to keep building my life. I'm going to keep moving with my life. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to keep moving forward. Let nothing hold me back. That's the mindset you got to have this year, man. Right? I know it wasn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. And I'm not saying, I know you've been a victim, right? I get that, but you don't have to stay a victim, right? You were a victim at a time, but you don't have to stay a victim. You are a victor. You are a champion. You're a champion. Don't you forget that. This is the year. You got to move on from those excuses. You got to move on from that sad story, and you got to build the story that you deserve to build. You got to build the story that's meant for you to live. There's a story for your life, I promise you, that's greater than that sad story. There's a story for your life, I promise you, that's greater than that situation that tried to take you down. There's a story for your life, I promise you, than all the setbacks and failure that you experience. I promise you, there's a better story. That was a part of your story. That wasn't your story. That was a part of it. That was a chapter. But you got to make the decision right now to say, I'm starting today to create the story that I'm meant to live. And when I look back, I'll tell it as a part of the story, but that won't be my story. That won't be the end of the book. That will be a chapter. That will be a bookmark. That will be a powerful part of my story. But I promise you, there's more to my story. But you got to make that decision because nobody's going to turn the page for you. Nobody's going to turn the page for you, my friend. Nobody's going to do it. I don't know who you waiting on. I don't know who you hoping to come save you. Nobody's going to do it. God has already placed the power in you. Start living powerful. Even in your hard moments, start living powerful. He that is in you is greater than anything that's in this world. Anything that comes against you, anything that tries to take you down, anything that tries to take you, you got to remind yourself. Listen, I go through it every single day, y'all. It's not easy for me, but I remind myself, I am stronger because of he that is in me. I'm stronger than those things that are trying to break me, those things that are trying to tear me down, those things that are trying to make me forget my worth, those things that are trying to cause me to doubt myself. I'm stronger than that. And I tell myself this until I believe it. And after I tell myself, you know what I do? I go put action behind it. That's why I go to the gym, to show myself I'm worthy. That's why I show up on these lives, to show myself I'm worthy. That's why I go help other people, to show myself I'm worthy. Then I put action into it because you speak it, and then you put action into it, then you live it. Then you live it. What you speak determines how you feel. What you feel determines what you do. What you do determines how you live. Determines how you live. And you about to go live a beautiful life starting today. I promise you, if you make the decision with those three things, if you move on from those three things, I promise you, you're going to move into a more beautiful life. Because you've been counting yourself out. You've been discrediting yourself. You didn't think that you're worthy because of your situation. Oh, who am I? Who are you? You are powerful. That's who you are. Who are you? You are his. That's who you are. Who are you? You are more than a conqueror. Who are you? You're incredible. That's who you are. It starts today, man. Like I said in every single video, it all starts with you. And I hope you feel this from my soul. I hope you know this is coming from my heart, coming from a pure place. I truly believe this. I truly believe this. Drop some fire emojis right now if you're with me. I truly believe this for you. I'm not on here just to give you some motivational message to make you feel good. This is truth. This is real. This wasn't planned. This wasn't scripted. I'm following my heart as God speaks to my heart to give it to your heart. And I don't know who this was for today, but I pressed live for a reason, and you picked up your phone and listened to this for a reason. If you're looking for a sign, there you go. But I promise you, it won't be easy. I promise you, yes, the road will seem hard. I promise you, the climb will seem steep. I guarantee you all those things. But in that climb, in that journey, don't you forget it's possible. Don't you forget you're doing it. My favorite quote of mine since the last year, and I want to just say this as I leave here. Everything you're going through will soon turn into everything you made it through. Whew. Everything you're going through is turning into everything you're making it through. Right? You're going to go through three processes, and I'm going to give it to you like this. I see you, Jason. I see y'all lighting up, David. I see you lighting it up. Deborah said, I'm waiting for the book to come in. I can't wait for you to get it, Deborah. I can't wait for y'all to get Protect Your Peace. If you haven't got Protect Your Peace, listen, the book is fire. So make sure you type peace or go to TrentShelton.com or go to Amazon. Just type in my name, Protect Your Peace. It'll pop up. Orange cover. It's coming out March 5th. I'm going to give y'all these three things. These three levels. And I don't know where you're at, but you remember these three levels. You can write this down. I'm going to speak slow. I got to go into Starbucks and get my cold brew. Y'all still with me? Here you go. Everything, that's right, Jody. Those hard chapters are making you stronger. That's right. That's right. And listen, I'm not just telling you to go through hard on purpose, but hard is coming for your life. I do know adversity is attracted to greatness. I do know the people who go through the most adverse moments are the people that usually accomplish the most. Okay, so if adversity is found in your life, it's attracted to greatness. Adversity is not attracted to failure. It's attracted to greatness. Adversity often produces failure because we quit and give up, but it's attracted to greatness. So if you're going through adverse moments, just know there's something about you that's great. Okay? Let me give you these 3 things. The first level, everything you're going through will soon turn into everything you made it through. Okay? That's the first level. The second level is everything you're going through is turning into everything you're making it through, right? That's the season where you're going through it, but you're making it through it. Right now, some of you at the first level, you're going to make the decision to say, okay, I'm going to go on this journey. I heard Trent today. I'm going to go on these journey. I'm going on this journey today. Some of you are already in the journey, right? You're in the wilderness. And then some of you are on the tail end of the wilderness. You're going to experience part 3. And part 3 is this. Everything you're going through has turned into everything you made it through. Okay? That is a future, present, past. Future, present, past. Everything you're going through will soon turn everything you made it through. Everything you're going through is turning into everything you're making it through. And everything you're going through has turned into everything you made it through. You're going to make it through it because you're made for more, man. You're made for more than what you're settling for. You're made for more than any obstacle that's come your way. You're made for more for any chapter that's tried to get you to close your story. I believe in you so much. I believe in you so much, man. And I know this sounds like inspirational and like, man, okay, how do you know, Trent? I believe in you so much. Had a guy come up to me recently, 2 people, actually yesterday, last 2 days. One guy had tears in his eyes. He said, man, Trent, those lives, man, where you just press play live and you just speak, man, that saved my life so many times. It helped my life so many times. You just don't understand. And I don't know who needs this today. I don't know who's in here, but let this just be that sign that you've been praying for, you've been hoping for. You know what I mean? Like, if you need an example of somebody who's making it through it, look at me. I don't have no superpowers, but I have a lot of followers and all that stuff, but I'm just a human being every single day where I fight that battle. I fight that constant battle from the internal versus the external. When I fight the constant battle for my worth, I fight the constant battle for my peace. I fight the constant battle, but I surrender, man. I surrender 2 ways. Number 1, I surrender to God. And number 2, I surrender my control, right? I surrender all the things and say, you know what? I have faith. I'm not going to allow my eyes to determine what's real. I'm going to allow my faith to determine my reality. What does that mean, Trent? It simply means this, and I got to go. It means that no matter what I'm going through, I'm not going to believe it. I'm going to say, this is just a moment. I'm going to embrace it, but I'm not going to believe it. Because my faith said that there's more. My faith said that I will be healed. I'm going to believe my faith. Yes, I'm not going to ignore my reality because I can't win my war from running from my battles. I'm not going to ignore the battles in my life, but I also know that my faith says I'm going to conquer this battle. The faith says the victory is mine. So I'm going to operate as if I've already won this battle. I'm going to operate with that type of confidence. So how do I smile in the rain? Because God says the victory is yours. So the victory is mine. Why am I tripping? This is just the rainstorm I got to go through. I know the rain going to end at some point. It might last for a month. It might last for 3 months, but I know the rain is going to end. How do I smile in my struggle? Because I know what the struggle produces. I know that God says I'm more than a conqueror. So guess what? I'm going to conquer through this. So I can smile through it. Okay, cool. I'm going through a moment. This is building me. It's not breaking me. This is strengthening me. It's not lessening me. Okay, I'm going to live my best life during my hard season, y'all. And when you get to that point where you live your life in faith, then guess what? The things that come against you, you start to see those things as working for you. You start to see those things as, hey, you know what? Maybe this is sent to my life to serve my life. Because sometimes we think the bad is sent to our life, bad because it's supposed to break us. But that's not the case all the time. Sometimes we got to go through things to grow through things, right? You say you want to get somewhere, but you don't want to go through something to get there. You have to go through it in order to get to it. All right? I love y'all. It all starts with you. Share this if you feel this. Make sure you like this live for me so we can spread it across the world. Just like it right after I press end. Go press the like button. Thanks for all the comments. Like the comments. Go share this with one person today. Okay? Text it to them. Share it on your page. But I want you to share this directly with one person and say, hey, I think that you might need this. You might have no idea who Trent is, but just listen to it. Okay? Share this with one person. If you can do that for me, just say yes. I appreciate you. I'll talk to y'all soon. You have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday or whatever day you're watching this, and make the world respect your greatness. It's rehab time. Let's get it straight up. Thanks for the stars, y'all. I really appreciate it.